Your body will be duplicated out of garbage, then your original self will be killed, and your garbage copy, with your mind transferred into it, will be subjected to the most inhuman and horrendous experiment until it dies. Then they will print out another copy, and all of this will happen again and again, while your coworkers laugh and live their lives with your screams as background noise. Would you sign up for this? And what if it was the only way for you to earn money? Will these copies even truly be you? This is what happens to Mickey, the main character of Bong Joon-ho's new movie. After him winning every possible Oscar for Parasite, I obviously had high expectations for his next film. Mickey, played by Robert Pattinson, is a kind and soft-hearted person who gets into trouble after being basically set up by his friend. His situation is so desperate that his only option is to flee Earth by joining a questionable mission to colonize a planet called Niflheim. Yes, just like the Viking underworld. Mickey is offered a job as an expendable, a worker who can be duplicated in case of death, and he dies. A lot. He's tested with every possible gas, toxin, and outer space radiation, fed alive to extraterrestrial creatures, and so on. Whenever someone tries to show him compassion, they are quickly reminded that this is his job, and nobody should complain. And logically, they are right, Mickey agreed to it, but he only did so to save his life, ironically, and earn at least some money. He was in extreme desperation. Through this conflict, the movie explores the ethical dilemma of cloning. The issue isn't that Mickey agreed to this job, it's that this kind of job should not exist. Inhumanity and torture cannot be considered work in any case. This film joins a growing list of recent movies about duplicating people to exploit their copies, like Severance and Substance. Let's remember, not only cinema reflects reality, it also shapes it. So, are we standing on the edge of real-world cloning? In all of these stories, the characters make their choices out of extreme desperation, which mirrors real life. Many people struggle to find jobs, work themselves to exhaustion, or face impossible housing prices. No doubt, some would agree to harm themselves or their copies to make life easier, and where there is a demand, supply follows. But that's not the only issue the film touches. The spaceship carrying Mickey is ruled by a crazy former politician who lost an election. Or is it ruled by his wife, who is also crazy, by the way? At times, this film reminded me of the Stepford Wives, with the wife being the real decision-maker behind a seemingly powerful man. Anyway, both are unhinged, inhuman dictators who can escalate a conflict out of nothing. They are determined to start a war with the cute locals of Niflheim, called Creepers. Of course, it's our dictator, brilliantly played by Mark Ruffalo, who gave them that name. First, they leave Mickey alone in a creeper cave, expecting him to be eaten alive. But instead, the creatures save him. Mickey tries to explain that they are actually friendly, but here's the thing, his wife is obsessed with creating the perfect sauce, and she discovers that a baby creeper's tail makes it taste amazing. So now she wants more tails, obviously. Meanwhile, the husband just wants to be the alpha, and for him that's reason enough to start a war, risking everyone's lives. I know the film leans into satire, but honestly, isn't that exactly how real-life dictators behave? At one point, as the dictator orders an attack on the aliens, a soldier gives him a beautiful speech. You think they are the aliens? No, we are the aliens here. It's a short but powerful moment that briefly touches on colonization. Humanity has already messed that up on Earth, so that's something to keep in mind if we ever make contact with extraterrestrial life. But the most interesting question for me was whether Mickey truly kept living through his copies, or if he actually died when his original self was killed. I think it's the latter, which makes the movie even sadder. His girlfriend mentions that every copy of Mickey was slightly different, with its own character traits. This is ultimately proven when two copies of Mickey exist at the same time and they are drastically different. So now, if one dies, it's the other that will be reproduced in the future. What makes Mickey believe he's still alive through his copies is that each copy has all his memories. But for every killed copy, existence simply stopped with death. They never woke up again. If you think about it deeply, you might even start questioning what it even means to be human. Are we more than just our bodies and memories? What truly counts as death? But I think the most important takeaway is that death is final, and when it happens, nothing can bring a person back to life. The film is incredibly strong from the start. I even thought you could cut it after the first 5 minutes and still have an amazing short film. But for me, it packed in a few too many genres at once. It's about colonization, it's dystopian, and it's also a satire, heavily reminding of Kubrick's Doctor Strangelove. At times, these genres seem to contradict each other. For example, when the war with the creepers is about to start, a scientist whips up a communicator to talk to them in like 2 minutes. It felt way too unrealistic and almost comical for a scene that was supposed to be serious and dramatic. I would give Mickey 17 9 creepers out of 10. I totally recommend it, and I'm glad to see this year start off with such a strong film. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more.